Hey guys, Chris and Martha here with you today. We wanted to show you how to regenerate your water softener.
Yeah, we're gonna make this a real quick video, step by step, how to regenerate a water softener. So Martha wanted me to check our snobby water. It wasn't quite to her refined palate. So I pull out our 16-in-1 test kit. Martha will link this down below. We picked this up off of Amazon, as with everything. We found that, let me see if we can come in a little closer. Can you see that? All right, so you test it, total hardness, and if it hits 50 parts per million, it is too hard. Ours recommends 25. We were actually at 50. So what does that mean?
It means Martha is a great water test kit person.
It means her palate is quite refined.
Hashtag snobby water.
Snobby water. All right, so I tested it. Martha's right. We got some hardness problem. All the other stuff was good. So all I did, save you guys a little bit of headache here, we pulled the water softener out. First step after pulling the water softener out is literally to just tip it over. I'm not going to do it right now because I just refilled it. You tip it over and you let it drain. 1 quart of water needs to come out of this in order to fill it with the salt. Once the quart of water's out, you tip it back up. I keep a pair of channel locks here. You open up the salt fill spout right here on the top. Once you open up the salt fill spout, you enter in 3 1-pound iodized or non-iodized table salts. Any brand, any style, just table salt. It's just the sodium chloride is what it's looking for. So I put 3 of them in because I was at 50 parts per million. So dump all 3 right in this hole.
So when you dump all 3, I recommend using a funnel because we started not using the funnel and it was clogging up. So use a funnel, it'll make life easier.
Yeah, it gets past the wet lip and then it'll drain in a lot better instead of clogging it up and then you're having to shove your finger down there to bore out the hole. Put all 3 salts in, add a cup of water. So 8 to 12 ounces, doesn't have to be exact. All you're doing is rinsing the top so that the salt gets inside. Once the salt's inside, set a timer for 5 minutes, let it sit. Once the 5 minutes is up, you come back. In this case, I'll put the lid on now. Don't over tighten it, it's plastic on plastic. Once it's on, then you grab your hose and you hook it up on the inlet. So the manufacturer recommends running it for 1 gallon per minute for 20 minutes, and that will get the salty taste out of it. The test is really simple. When you taste it, I'm not going to do it right now, but when you taste it, it'll be salty, and that means that it needs to continue to flush. After the 20 minutes, taste it again, and it'll be sweet. And if the water is sweet or bougie, then you're good to go. The process is really that simple. All right, so a good recap for this: pull the water softener out, set it down, tilt it on its side, let about 1 quart of water come out of it, stand it back up, open up the salt fill, as Martha said, put a funnel on it. In our case, because we were at 50 parts per million, we needed to put 3 iodized salts in there. We filled the 3 salts in, put about 1 cup of water in so the salt cleans out of the head, let it sit for 5 minutes. The next step, hook up your hose and let it run at 1 gallon per minute for 20 minutes, and that is how you regenerate your water softener. We're running it at a trickle. We're going to go ahead and let that run for 20 minutes, and then I'll test the water and see how it tastes, and we'll let you know where we're at. All right, so I ended up running it for the 20 minutes. I didn't have it running fast enough, or enough water capacity, so it was a salty nastiness. I turned up the water pressure just a little, ran it for another 15 minutes. It's perfect. So the water tastes good. It's Martha approved.
Hashtag snobby water.
Now that it's done, I'm going to go ahead and hook it back up. It'll go through the triple filter into this water softener and then back into the coach, and Callie and Martha will be very happy. We'll be back and running. One little tip, if you're not already using a Y on your faucet, I would highly recommend it. It makes situations like this work out real well. I was able to leave our water pressure regulator hooked up, our hose hooked up, and then do all of the regeneration off of the other side of the Y. This also gives you another port that you can run water off of when you're washing your rig or you need water outside and you don't want to be running through your filtration. So little Y makes life way easier.
Why not?
Why ask why?
Yeah,
All right, so the water softener is hooked back up. I turn the water back on. First thing I do once I hook it back up is I actually stick my head in here and I look at each one of my connection points to make sure that I don't have any leaks. Extremely important. The last part of regeneration is hook up and make sure that there's no leaks.
Thank you guys for watching. It's very important to keep up on maintenance of your water softener because we all love that Venturesome couple snobby water life.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all.
See you guys next time. Time to change the filter because Callie loves that snobby water just as much as I do. Was that Callie? You love snobby water?